Food. Delicious or deadly? Depends on what you eat or who you eat. In today's video, my goal is to cook and eat as much food as possible. The more dishes I consume, the more health I gain. Because in this world, it's eat or be eaten. Join me on my gluttonous quest that'll take us to places no chef has ever dared to go. From simple sandwiches to killer candy canes. This is 100 Days in Chef's Adventure. Guess what? Double Sal's on Spotify. It's the same content you know and love. Ad-free for premium users. Perfect for binging uninterrupted. Just thought I'd let you know. Look at that. What a beautiful sunrise to start what should be a pretty peaceful mod pack, and in my opinion, after everything we've been through, we kinda deserve this. No more liminal nightmares. Zero apocalyptic disasters. Yes, I'm proud to say that that's all behind us now. Instead, we'll be learning how to cook. And while the recipes seem normal now, as we progress they get a little more interesting. Like dinosaur nuggets, made from actual dinosaurs. Or a candy cane, made from, well, whatever this thing is. My point is that this isn't your typical cooking show, but I won't spoil the rest. So let's put on our chef's hat and get started, shall we? The first step of our culinary journey is building a kitchen. We'll need a few things before we can make our first meal, like a stove, a cooking pot, a frying pan, a cutting board, and a knife. Oh, to be carefree like that Minecraft panda. Here you go, friend, our first customer. Enjoy. If only I could treat the rest of the locals with the same care and consideration. What is the status effect on me? Serenity. Is this the most peaceful place in all of Minecraft? This is it. This is where we'll build our kitchen. We better start collecting our materials. We better be quick about it. We can't cook if we're dead. Alright, we got some iron. Can't cook without coal. I think we're all set. So according to the Google search I did, Serenity, that status effect that's been applied to us, is only around when there's koi fish nearby. Is that a koi fish? It is. Can we eat the koi fish? You can make a type of sushi with it. That and a bunch of other stuff. Wow. But these things aren't for eating. At least for now. Part of the reason we want to keep them around is when we have that effect applied to us, mobs won't actually attack us. It's a natural monster repellent. I'm almost tempted to scoop one up in a bucket and just place it next to our house. You know what? Why not? There we go. We now have our very own mob repellent. Hopefully this thing stays alive. Let's place it, right here should do. Oh my gosh, what a lie! What? Okay, I read that Reddit post wrong. It prevents mobs from spawning near me, not attacking. That's still pretty good. Make sure you read to the bottom of the thread. It could save your life. While we're waiting for our materials to smelt, let's go ahead and build a basic kitchen. And when I say basic, I mean very basic. So this is the outside. Probably going to add a porch in the front, give it some windows, maybe a little chimney where we're going to put our stove. But aside from that, yeah, I told you, it's as basic as it gets. While I build the house, I hope you'll help me build the channel by liking and hyping today's video. There it is, our brand new home. It's only got one room inside, and the one room is going to be the kitchen, but the kitchen is the most important room in the house, so I think it's going to work out fine. Let's go ahead and make some brick blocks. That's because we're making a stove. Plop this down right here. Oh, look at that, it even has an animation. Oh, we gotta make two of them. There we go. Two is always better than one. Next, we'll need something to cook in. We'll need more than a pot. We also need a skillet. And now that we have both, let's go ahead and place them on top of each stove. And there it is. I gotta say, our kitchen's really coming together. All we need now is a simple cutting board and a single knife. Bam and bam, beautiful. And then I want to maintain something of a consistent look, so we'll fill in the gaps with more bricks. Guess we can put the crafting table right there, or maybe the chest. Nah, let's do the crafting table. And now it kind of looks like a dishwasher. Because we've completed these tasks, we've also been gifted with some cabinets. Oh wait, they're not cabinets. They're drawers. They don't really go with what we have though, so I guess we'll put these up against this wall. Yeah, those look pretty good. But they're the wrong color. We can make some out of plum though. Yeah, in my opinion, these look much better. And then to fill the gap here, I was thinking of having like a stove cover, a kitchen hood. I think that's what they're called. We'll go ahead and make a copper block, and then we'll put it in the stone cutter. And now we have copper stairs. And I think that works. Pretty sure that goes well with the color palette we have. And then the last thing, we'll want a copper chimney. And this is purely decorative, just so it looks like it's venting out. Oh, look at even amidst smoke. You know what? Let's actually do that. Let's make this legit. You know what? Now that I'm looking at it, it's kind of bothering me that this is off to the side. This should probably be in the middle. Give me a second. This is the final setup. It may look a little funky seeing as how the cabinets are in a diagonal orientation, but I think it's scratching my brain the right way. I don't know. This just seems right. Okay, this is the last thing I promise. I just think it's too dark in here, so we're going to replace some of the ceiling with glass. That way we have some natural light flooding in. Now the kitchen's done. We have some glass ceilings here, which you'll probably appreciate more when it's daytime and not raining. Finally, this kitchen is fit to prep our first meal. So what's on the menu today? What did we spend all this time prepping for? We're making an egg. Oh. This ingredients list looks a little extravagant, but if we're gonna be prime chefs, then we have to throw modesty out the window. We're making an egg. Ooh, I guess all we have to do is wait for these to cook on the skillet. Oh, well there we go. Cooks one at a time. Although, unlike a furnace, it doesn't hold on to the item once it's done cooking. Kinda just tosses it out of the pan. Luckily, we can make a basket. If we place the basket in front of the frying pan, then it should be able to catch the eggs once they're done cooking. We'll go ahead and take the straw, craft it into this, and then we combine the canvas with the bamboo. You weave it through. Gives you one basket. We'll probably want to make two, and I don't like the way it's facing. Let's fix that. There we go. Alright, so we have our fried eggs, but eggs alone, that's pretty boring. Why don't we spice up our breakfast with some ham? Or bacon. We fry the bacon on the pan, and let's actually see if our basket will collect it when it's done. Nope. There we go. Let's try this again. There it goes. Check it out. It's in the basket. It actually landed in the basket. Perfect. And then finally, we combine the eggs with the bacon, and now we have a hearty platter of bacon and eggs. And look at all that saturation you get. Plus, you get a minute of nourishment. When it comes to food, this is just the beginning. If we want to keep cooking, then we're going to need a reliable supply chain. Throughout human history, mankind has been able to sustain its growing population with an advanced technique known as farming. Who would have guessed food comes right from the ground? For this to work, we'll want to set up plenty of farmland. I think we'll want a decent-sized farm, so let's go ahead and clear up some space. We'll also need a decent supply of seeds, which the pack does provide, although I think we could do with some more. Lucky for us, there just so happens to be a village in the neighborhood, and where there are villages, there are farmers. I think if we run, we can make it. Hopefully the mobs don't kill us on the way. I'd usually skip through the night, but I don't have a bed. And there are phantoms behind me. Thank God we made it. Get to a bed, get to a bed, get to a bed. Is this bed taken? Good morning, everyone. Just what I like to see. Ow! Stupid skeleton. Alright, where are those prosperous, abundant farms I've heard about? They're right here. Look, they even invented irrigation. Don't mind me, friends. I'll just help myself to some of your inventory. What is this? Baby's first farm? This is tiny. We'll take it anyways. You know what? We could help ourselves to some of their wares too. Alright, I'm satisfied. Let's go back. Oops. Eesh. I wonder if we can eat those. Not today. Ooh, a ruined portal. What the? Golden dragon fruit. I'll take that. We got a helmet, a kitchen knife with fortune 2. Not bad at all. So we have a nice assortment of fruits and veggies here. All we have to do is plant them. We can start off by making a little well, because without water, our crops, they're not going to get very far. Nothing too crazy, just an old well that stood the test of time. Add the water, and there we go. Bam, you have a well. You know what, we should add a little foliage in the back, just to show that there's water here. And plants love water, so obviously they're going to grow around the well. Maybe a little bit of green. And then last but not least, maybe a little lamp, but not directly over the well, because you don't want kerosene or whatever's burning in the lantern to actually drip into your water supply. I think that ties it together. And then we'll just spam bamboo at the end, because you know what? The more bamboo you add, the better it looks. Throw in some gravel and pave some of this path so that it looks like we've been stepping here frequently. We've trample the grass a bit. So we have our well, we have our path, and we have our space. The next thing we're going to do is actually plant the crops. Now, I'm not sure how entirely true this is, but I did read online that if you plant seeds next to each other, different varying seeds, it increases the growth rate. For example, let's go ahead and plant some wheat seeds next to some tomato seeds. And then next to the tomato seeds, we'll put down a carrot. And then next to the carrot, how about a potato? You know what? Why don't we spice things up by throwing an onion in the mix? Now, it's not the most aesthetically pleasing thing. If this were simply a cosmetic farm, I'd put the wheat on its own, the tomatoes over there. Each vegetable would have its own section, but because we're trying to make this efficient and, I guess, eco-friendly, everything is going with everything. I believe the term for this is called companion planting. I'll go ahead and plant the rest. Alright, let's check on our vegetables. Looks like we have a few growing here. So the beetroots are done. The tomatoes, they're on the vine, but they still need to ripen. They're a little yellow looking. We also have some wheat growing. We have some mature potatoes. It's all coming together quite nicely. Let's go ahead and speed things up a bit with some bone meal. Now we'll ripen these tomatoes here. Ah, look how pretty it is. And then we'll take our beetroots as well. With the items collected, we have a nice ensemble of vegetables at our disposal. Plus, we have some meat as a reward. Another thing we have yet to grow is rice. And the thing about rice is that it has to grow in the water. So what we plan to get down here in the river. We'll start with a simple rice farm, and as we progress, we'll probably make it bigger and better. So we have some veggies. What's the big deal? Well, it means we can make a salad. You take the cabbage leaf, combine it with a beetroot and a tomato. Don't forget the bowl. And there it is. One mixed salad, which just so happens to offer you 5 seconds of regeneration. We can also try our hand at making an advanced salad, although the ingredient list for that one is a little longer. I think it's time we go over the cookbook now. As you can tell, we're cooking up a lot of things. And this cookbook is the ultimate checklist. You see, the more food we taste, the more hearts we gain. As you can see, there's a total of 200 types of food. That's a lot of eating. Seeing as how we've already crafted some new food, let's go ahead and chow down. The only problem is I'm not that hungry. Thankfully, the mod creators have a solution for that. All we have to do is go here, click on this bone, and now we're hungry. We'll start with an egg. Ooh, see that sparkle? I think that's a good sign. And we'll follow up with a salad. Look at that. We have regeneration, just like I said. We'll probably want to make ourselves hungry again. And now, some bacon and eggs. Beautiful. We even got an achievement for that one. And look at the hunger bar. It's gold. Must be from the effects of nourishment. I don't know what that does, but I'll look it up for you. As for this, we've tasted 3 different types of food, but we've gained 0 hearts. Probably have to eat more. Oh wait, no, I get it now. So we need to eat 10 different types of food for every heart we want to gain. That's our heart milestone. And it goes up to 200. So we're not just making food for the sake of making food. More food equals more power. And we're gonna need it because some of these recipes, well, they're not that easy to make. Looks like some of the next dishes require some meat, especially our grand recipe, steak and potatoes. Well, we're covered on the veggie front, at least for now. We have a serious lacking of livestock, so let's go ahead and remedy that. One cool feature about this mod is that you can actually carry mobs. Plus, we're rewarded with a free spawn egg. So we're covered with chickens, well, a chicken. Let's go ahead and place this somewhere where it will never escape. Like always, nothing wrong with keeping it simple for now. Just put it in the corner right here. And welcome home. So you're gonna lay some eggs for us, and this is your life now. Oh wait, let me demonstrate. We can actually pick them up, like I said, so all we have to do is shift, right click, and now we have a chicken in our hands. Wonder if it works for cows and pigs. Can't imagine it will, but we can pick up chickens, and that's good. For the bigger mobs, I'm assuming that we're going to have to craft ourselves a lead to lure them back to our house. Thank God making a lead in this pack is pretty straightforward. Hey, but if we're lucky, we may not even need it. Alright, let's see how lucky we can get. Another chicken. You're coming with me. Alright, we are set on the chicken front. Are those some pigs I see on my map? There they are. This one's a little muddy. Let's see if we can pick you up. No way it works. Oh, and we need these salmon berries. Wait, hold on. I'll be with you in a moment. These are going to be very useful later. Anyways, let's go home. I love how the pig shrinks in size when I pick it up. Check this out. That is not the same size. Hello, chickens. You have a new neighbor. And the stupid crows I think they're eating my food. We'll have to figure out a way to keep them away. I don't think you can craft scarecrows in this mod, but every time I harvest something, or anytime something's grown, you see this guy? He's eating my crops. Not just him. There are tons of them. Oh my god, they're relentless. Aside from that, we have Mr. Pig number 2. And you, my friend, are going there. Perfect. Let's breed them, and then next is cows. There we go. Make me a little pork chop. Whoa! Pork chops! Why did you guys have so many kids? 1, 2, 3, 4... I count 5! Okay, don't know if that was a glitch or a feature, but I'm not complaining. As for cows, we're probably gonna have good luck finding them in the plains biome, so let's make our way over there. Could probably get there faster if we went by boat. Let's do that. Maybe build a little boat dock later. You know, traveling by boat in Minecraft is pretty underrated. Usually when I take rivers with friends, we get to our destination a lot faster. You don't have to weave through trees or worry about losing hunger. You just work with the world's geography. Are those cows? And sheep. Ooh, we got lucky today. Oh no, that's not a cow, that's a bison. Can I pick bison up? No, they're a little too big. We do have a herd of cows right here. Please tell me I can pick you up. Oh my gosh, it works. And I can ride in the boat with him? Wow. I have a face full of cow right now. So, no hard feelings, Mr. Cow, but I kind of forgot to build a pen for you. So, you're gonna get to stay in the presidential suite for now. Just make yourself comfortable. Sorry, pal. You're not gonna escape out the window. The next morning, I picked up cow number 2. Let's go ahead and move these guys over to their new place. Check it out. We have them organized by size. Small, medium, and large. I'm hoping that when we breed these two, they'll explode the cow population like the pigs did. Only one way to find out. Come on, come on. Give me quintuplets. Oh, an only child. Guess it'll do for now. Alright, we have to deal with these crows because not only are they eating all my fruits and vegetables, well, my vegetables, they're also eating the eggs. They eat any food source that's dropped on the ground. Thankfully, there is a method to deal with these pests. We're gonna have to plant a pumpkin, grow it, and carve a jack-o'-lantern. Let's go ahead and bone meal the pumpkin vine, and then hopefully the pumpkin block will spawn. Better not take a year, though. While we're waiting for that, there is one more type of animal I want to include in our little zoo. That's right, we need the classic Minecraft sheep. And you don't look like a Minecraft sheep, but you're labeled as one, so I'll take you anyways. Alright, and then finally, these two are going to disrupt the natural order that I've established here of smallest to biggest. The sheep are going to go to the very end, right there. Perfect. Aside from fish, I think we have every sort of meat from the base game. We have chickens, pigs, cows, and now we have sheep. If there's something I'm missing, well, it's not coming to mind. Oh, look at that. The pumpkin's grown. It's time to take care of those pesky, disgusting crows. Guess right here. Beautiful. Now let's see them come and take our crops. And then one final thing before we get back to cooking, we did get these salmonberry pips. Well, the berries, which I converted into pips. Let's go ahead and plant these as well. Do they need water? So my salmon berries can stay hydrated. We'll give them a little bone meal. Let's see if this actually yields anything. Oh, it's 50%. Alright, we'll leave it alone. Looks like our rice is growing nicely. Let's go ahead and craft this rice into, well, rice. Because now it's time to craft another recipe. We have our pot here. Let's go ahead and toss in a carrot, an onion, some rice, and an egg. Finish it off with a single bowl so that you have something to store your food in. This gives you a delicious bowl of fried rice. Look at all that health you get from it. Oh my goodness. Plus comfort for 5 minutes. We're gonna have to make a fridge or something. We also have some cabbage at our disposal, so let's go ahead and combine that with another egg. This gives us a cabbage roll. We're on a roll here. How about we make some ratatouille? Tomato, beetroot, a carrot, some onion. You got yourself a fancy plate of ratatouille. Oh, we have some beef in here. I forgot they awarded us this. Alright, let's go ahead and cook this. We're gonna use this beef to make ourselves a kebab. Oh my gosh, we are adding so many new recipes. This next one is a little strange, but I guess it kind of makes sense. We're gonna have to milk a cow, combine that milk with a potato and a steak, and it gives you a loaded baked potato. I guess the milk is supposed to be like a sour cream or something, or butter. We've certainly done a lot of cooking. That only leaves us with 2 more recipes. The advanced salad and steak and potatoes. Now, it looks like the steak and potatoes are probably easier to make than the advanced salad. We'll go ahead and craft that before we craft the advanced salad, because the advanced salad calls for something called cactus steak, which you'd rightfully assume comes from a cactus. The only problem is that while we haven't explored far, I'm willing to bet that there isn't a single cactus for miles. We'll find one eventually, but for now, let's go ahead and claim our reward for making the final meal in this timeline. Look at the odds of all the items we can get. Hopefully, we get something useful. Here we go. We got a spatial sign. What the heck do you do with a spatial sign? Time Rift. That's the ability. When used, returns the wearer along the route traveled after a certain amount of time. So basically, as soon as we use this, it takes us back to our starting point. So, for example, let's go over here. And then when I click this... Okay, that's kind of useful, I guess. I can't imagine a situation where this would be very helpful. And every time we use it, we get a little bit of XP. We'll hold on to this thing, seeing as how we've completed this quest line, all except for the advanced salad. We've opened up the doors to make a ton of new recipes. There's a section dedicated to seafood. There's a branch purely dedicated to desserts. For all my classy viewers, you even have a section for a cafe. And for those of you against fast food, there's even a sit-down restaurant option. In French, no less. Then you have what's considered to be the advanced cooking, such as nether food, end-based items, and midnight snacks. Don't even know what that is. We won't even bother with this until we clear these out. It's obvious that there's a ton of stuff we have to cook, and while our farm is doing good, as is our little animal raising area, one thing that's starting to lack is our kitchen. It's worked for now, but I think it's time for an upgrade. Somehow the Create mod has once again weaseled its way into our little adventure. With the power of some simple machines, we'll be able to get a lot more out of our food. Since we're tackling the Create mod, we're gonna need a proper mine shaft, so I went ahead and dug one up. There's an andesite deposit down there, we're gonna need that too. Despite the fact that this is a cooking video, I have a feeling we're gonna spend quite a bit of time in the mines. So this is what we were looking for, andesite. In Create mod, andesite is the core block of all of our machines. We're also gonna need a little bit of iron. Oh my god, there's the spider spawner. Just a regular one though, no cave spiders. Alright, we're good. You are finished. Alright, let's see what you were hiding in the chest. Junk, of course, and tomato seeds. Not that we need them. I'm also finding these magnetite blocks. I think we can use this for power. Looks pretty complicated, but I think we can figure it out. So if we keep seeing more of these, which I have been, let's be sure to collect them. We have a stack of iron, which means we can go ahead and start making some of our andesite parts. Ho ho, it's all coming together. I guess we better chop some more trees down if we're going to be expanding the kitchen. Alright, just checking in. So, you may have noticed that there are some changes to the area around the base. Well, there are a few trees missing. I cut them down. We're going to repurpose them for our restaurant. Over here, we're going to have what I'd like to call a waterfront eating area. You know, a meal down by the river with the beautiful scenic views of the forest and the koi fish. Up here, this is going to be the main structure. I haven't even started the new kitchen yet. I think the new kitchen is going to extend this way, over here on the side of the dining room, and then the dining room will be the rest of this. Back to building. Here is an update on the restaurant's dining room. So, we have a nice little skylight here. We're going to have our tables here, and we'll have a couple of booths over here for the higher paying clients, I guess. I was thinking about making another booth over here, maybe a private dining room for the VIPs. You know, this would be like a VIP section, but then I realized how long this was taking. By the way, all the wood, they're all plum logs, and those plum logs came from these plum trees. So everything came from here. didn't have to travel too far, and it really saved time during the build process, having all of it in my backyard. You may notice that we also have some accents here, these nice bamboo trapdoors along with these fences. I think they complement the red nicely. We got a nice red and gold thing, almost, I guess, Chinese look. That thing is going to kill me, by the way. We have a lot of bamboo growing here, but I had to farm quite a bit of it. We have a bamboo garden that wasn't there before, and despite its large footprint in our backyard, it really doesn't give you that much. So waiting for this to grow was a little annoying. But once you combine it together, you get these really nice bamboo blocks, and I think they fit in well with the red that we have here. As for the exterior, well, safe to say that the exterior is still a work in progress. We'll be lucky if we get that squeezed in at the end of the video. Check it out. It's literally just a frame. We don't even have all the walls up yet. I plan on putting some windows. But for now, I think it's safe to say that we have this world's fanciest gazebo. Adding to that, I guess I kind of neglected the kitchen part. We spent a little too much time building the dining room. So now that we have some decent materials, and I'm talking about diamonds, we can make ourselves an enchanting table. Reason I wanted that is because if we're going to build a kitchen, then we need the proper tools to do that. Here we have our restaurant, but this kitchen may be just as big, if not bigger. I think this is the first time in any video that I've ever made this early. We're gonna have to make bookcases next to max it out, but honestly, at the rate we're breeding these cows, that's gonna take a while. Lucky for us, we may have an opportunity to get more without needing to craft them. I was over there collecting sugarcane, I put a waypoint, and nearby there was a tower above the tree line, so maybe there's bookcases in there. Is that the tower? That looks like a regular illager outpost. There may be books there, but we're outfitted for cooking, not combat. Still, there could be some pretty neat stuff up there. We'll have to implement the art of stealth. Here we go. Where's the door? Where's the door? Where's the door? Here. Oh, there's wool. Okay. We got a bunch of chests, and so far no enemy. Except that guy, but he's kind of far away. Okay, garbage. What else? We have, more garbage. More garbage. Heavy on the garbage today. Okay, this is a chest at the top. That's not garbage. That's good. Plus, we got a waystone. We'll take that. Wait, maybe that's the tower I was looking for. Okay, this place looks like it has bookshelves. Is there a way to get inside? I hate when the trees block the entrance. Okay, more. Oh! Well, it's not a lot, but it's... Oh, wait, never mind! Oh, we're in business. This is just what we wanted. Look at that. I knew I had a good feeling about this place. Plus, we can get an iron hoe with efficiency, too. We're at the top of the tower. Well, almost at the top. We got more pork chops. Whoever lived here loved pork chops, because I've been finding a lot of those. Will we find more pork chops in here? No, apples. Okay. Oh, and another waystone. So for now, we'll put our waystone right here. We'll hold on to the second one for now until we find a place we need to warp to. Oh my gosh, get out! We got our bookshelves. Put it here for now. Just temporary. Every restaurant needs a little reading area. Right here. Oh, I just messed that up. I'm sorry, guys. I need more leather for my bookcases. Steak. More steak. Where's the leather? Why is leather so rare? Why do you have 71 health? What kind of zombie are you? I'm going back to the village. I'm pretty sure there were cows there. Buffalo's kind of like a cow. I feel like he's gonna attack me, though. Oh my gosh! Why is the turtle attacking me? Playthrough almost ended because of a stupid turtle. Alright. Do you drop leather? Oh my god! Okay, we're gonna go find leather somewhere else. Thank God. Normal cows. They both... Oh, this one dropped leather. Good. Well, I don't feel like walking back, so let's use our waystone. Well, we're gonna have to resort to desperate tactics. We can get leather from this armor so long as we strip it on this cutting board. Better give me at least 3 pieces. 1 piece. And this? Another piece. Thank God. We have a spare pair of pants. Beautiful. Okay, now we are officially finished. It's maxed out. Nice. Now, why did we endeavor to max this out when we only have 22 levels? I don't know. But It's good knowing that we have this. Do I want Silk Touch? I kinda want Silk Touch. Yeah, we're doing it. Okay, now we're in business. And then one last thing, we're making a masonry table. Or mason table, I guess. With this, we can retexture any stone block to our liking. We're gonna go ahead and move with eroded diorite. This is gonna make up most of our walls in the kitchen. And then for the base of the walls, I'm thinking a nice dull gray made from andesite. I think we'll go with the tiles. You know, looking at it now, it doesn't look as clean as I thought it would. Kind of recreated the kitchen from FNAF. Like most kitchens, or at least the ones I've seen on TV, each one has an indoor and an outdoor. That way, the waiters don't clash with each other when they're coming in and out with food. Let's enter the indoor. And here it is, the rest of the kitchen with the walls up. We have a nice ceiling, consistent with our design at the house. Little skylight here. Hopefully we find some more modern looking lights, because I don't really like the idea of burning torches in my clean kitchen. Aside from that, we have plenty of space to add our create mod machines, so let's get started. Naturally, every kitchen needs this. An industrial press. Perfect for squeezing oranges and limes and any other citrus. Turns out you can also use it to make industrial grade gold sheets, which, when paired with a stick and a cog, make a very nice wrench. We'll also need a whisk because we're going to be making a mixer. You can't make breads and cakes unless you have something to mix the dough. But how are you going to get the dough to make bread unless you have flour? Well, you can't make flour without a millstone. Here we go. And we'll just put this right here. We even get goggles. Now that we have our kitchen equipment, it's time to go ahead and power it up. Lucky for us, that should be a straightforward task, unlike other mod packs I've played as of late, which made it very complicated. All we have to do is attach some water wheels. Let's do that. Okay, it's not the prettiest, but I don't have belts yet, so give me a break. And all we really have to do is just pour the water. I think we can make do with 3. And with that, our kitchen comes to life. A little slower than I'd hoped for, but it works. Actually, no, this one needs to be faster. There we go. Now our kitchen's ready. Check out this more efficient way to make bread. You take the wheat, you dump it into the millstone. The millstone's gonna grind it up into wheat flour. Now that we have our flour, we're gonna have to go ahead and throw it into the basin, but before we can make it into dough, we have to add water. One thing you may notice is that our kitchen is lacking running water. Yeah, that's pretty important if you're cooking. So let's go ahead and add another basin here, then we'll go ahead and craft a faucet, and I'm pretty sure that on its own it doesn't do anything. Let's go ahead, try this out. Yeah, no running water. Why don't we go ahead and hook it up to a water line? Check it out, it's as simple as doing this. Boom. And running water. It looks so funny, but you know what? In Minecraft, we strive to defy the laws of nature. Let's go ahead and take our bucket of infinite water, add it to our basin where it's going to be mixed up and converted into beautiful wheat dough. And then from there, you just toss the dough in the oven and bake it to perfection. The result is one lovely loaf of bread. Not only is it delicious, it's also cost-effective because you get 1 loaf for every wheat that you use. But the fun doesn't have to stop there. If you take the wheat flour and add some eggs inside, you get a much more premium dough ball. For example, if we take this dough ball and we combine it with milk, sugar, and an egg, you get pancakes. And who doesn't love a good pancake? I did not mean to drop that on the floor. Honestly, I didn't even know it would place like that. But yeah. And we have a fly in here? Oh my gosh, our kitchen's already getting dirty. Don't tell the health inspector. We don't have maggots in our kitchen. What else can you do with wheat dough? Well, if you take a golden knife and you slice it up, you get noodles or pasta. And now that we have this, we're gonna make a couple of dishes. This one may hit close to home for some people. Spaghetti and meatballs. I went ahead and moved our stoves from the inside of our cabin into our kitchen. They're now here on this little island. And here we're gonna use the pot, which already has bowls inside, because the first thing you need for spaghetti is obviously a good sauce. So let's throw in a couple of tomatoes. They're gonna simmer in there, and now we have some tomato sauce. On top of that, we have plenty of raw beef from all those cows that failed to drop leather, but we're gonna repurpose their remains to make minced beef. Kind of resembles a hamburger patty, but essentially this is just ground beef. We have our pasta, we have our sauce, and we have our minced beef. Give it a few seconds, and there you have it. Spaghetti and meatballs, which I will happily consume when I have hunger, because I'm pretty sure this one is going to contribute more health. This next pasta is just as simple, but instead of minced beef, we're going to add some lamb inside. Alright, let's do this. Let's get some health. Look at all that saturation. Oh my god. And plate number 2. It puts us at 7 foods tasted. Only 3 more until we get our next heart. Wait a minute. We've made more food than this. Why haven't we eaten these foods yet? Hold on a minute. I think we're about to get our extra heart right now. Look at that. It even tells you. Not eaten yet. Let's try this. Oh my gosh. There's so much food we have to eat then. Wow, that gave us more. This right here, this should put us over. Bam! Finally! Alright, we have an extra heart. Can't see it because the chat's in the way, but we have it. Okay, so we have 11 hearts now. And that right there, that's our goal. The next milestone is tasting 10 more foods that will bring us to 20, which will grant us our second heart. We're going to be doing some serious cooking from here on out, so let's get a little more organized here. I think it's time we move our ingredients into the kitchen. We'll use barrels just for now until we have something better. I'm thinking about making a freezer. We'll need things like these item shelves to store our tools. Alright, here we go. So far we have our foods organized into 3 categories: produce, proteins, and carbs. Carbs are anything made out of grain, bread, dough, you know, all that stuff. The proteins are the meat, the eggs. That apple should not be there. And then produce is anything that grows, you know, vegetables, fruits. I know that potatoes count as carbs, but it came out of the ground, so it's going with produce. And then these bottom 3 are just random chests that will probably get their own categories as we progress. While there's still room for improvement in our factory kitchen, we're going to go ahead and move on because we don't really need any of those other things yet. Because we have a steady supply of bread, the next step is, of course, to make sandwiches. You got your burgers, the classics like PB&J and BLTs, and to mix it up, we even have wraps. Now, I'm not going to spend too much time on these because many of them are more or less the same, and they differ by 1 or 2 ingredients. You got your run-of-the-mill hamburger, but if you add milk, it becomes a cheeseburger. Add a couple of patties, 2 buckets of milk, and you got yourself a double cheeseburger with bacon. And with that, you have your classic all-American fast food menu. Moving on to the classic sandwiches. For some reason, the chicken sandwich calls for a carrot. Have you ever had a chicken sandwich with a carrot in it? I know I haven't, and if I did have one, I know I'd spit that carrot out because it just doesn't go, but the mod makers must enjoy chicken sandwiches with carrots, and, well, who am I to judge? Your classic BLT, bacon, lettuce, and tomato. The most basic sandwich, a piece of bread and 2 eggs. And finally, which should be the most simple one of all, the Nutwich. All we need is jam, bread, and what is that? Nut butter bottle. And to get nut butter, we need a blaze burner. Oh. Well, folks, if we're going to make the sandwich, then we have to go to the nether. I mean, I don't see any alternative to this. We have to use a blaze burner to combine an acorn with sugar and a bottle. The only way to get a blaze burner is by trapping a blaze in a cage, and then you feed it wood and coal, and however much you feed it determines how large your flame will be. Well, getting to the nether shouldn't be a problem. My main concern is traversing the nether. We don't have anything. I'm going to go ahead and put the nether portal underground because the last thing we want in our kitchen are filthy pigmen just infiltrating the portal and dirtying up our nice clean floors. We're going to go into the nether. I just want to see where we spawn. We're not going to have any armor to protect us, but it shouldn't take more than 20 seconds. Hopefully, we spawn somewhere fair. Okay, we spawned on the edge of a lava ocean. Good thing we didn't rush. Looking at the map here, it would seem that we have another fortress not that far away with what looks like a monster spawner right here. Look at that. So, our course is pretty clear. Let's go ahead and make some armor, then we'll be back here quickly. If we're going to the nether, then we better get an extra heart. This should be the last one. There we go. I think we're ready to go to the nether. No, wait, we're not. Hold on. One last thing. We need armor. Let me go ahead and make a quick set here with the little iron that we have. Now we're ready. So according to this map, it's only south of here. Shouldn't be that difficult. Plus, there's a blaze right there. We're not going to go after that exact one, but that's just an indication of how many there are. There it is, friends. The entrance to the nether fortress. Be very careful about getting down here. Oh, and look at that. There's the blaze spawner, I think. Alright, so here's what I'm gonna do. I got my crafting table. We have some netherrack. I also brought 4 iron sheets. You combine them together, that gives you an empty blaze burner. All we have to do is go up to a single blaze, right-click it, and we're home free. So let's not waste any more time. There is our target, and you're mine. That's it. We're done. Let's go. Goodbye. So how does the blaze burner work? Well, we're going to put it right under our basin. Like that. First, we're going to throw in our ingredients. Take that out. Toss in a bottle, some sugar, and an acorn. Now, nothing's going to happen until we apply heat to the blaze burner. We're going to take any type of fuel. It can be charcoal, coal, logs, and you just click the blaze burner, it heats it up, the mixer starts going, and pretty soon you have yourself one bottle of, I guess it's like Nutella? Next, we're going to have to make some jam. So let's go back to the pot, throw in 3 of these plums, add a little bit of sugar, and then we'll store it in a bottle. Jam. Take some bread, combine the two together, and boom! You have yourself one nut butter and jam sandwich. And now that we've completed the sandwich shop, we get to pick a random relic. Let's see what we get. You know what? I'm thinking we invest in the drown belt. This one is going to be helpful. I'm pretty sure this one makes you stronger underwater against enemies. Let's go with that. There's a whole section dedicated to fish food, so I'm pretty sure we're going to be doing a lot of swimming in a bit. So we've made a few foods, but I want to get a sense of progression. And we have this restaurant. I kind of feel like we've neglected it. I went ahead and added some walls with netherrack. It's pretty cheap, and when you put it into this mason table, you can retexture it, make it look like wallpaper. Here's what I want to do. Yes, this is our restaurant. It's still lacking chairs and tables, but don't worry, we'll add those soon. But what if this was more than a restaurant? Like, say, a food museum? It turns out you can craft display cases. They're pretty cheap too. You take some glass, combine it with 2 planks like you saw, and that gives you what looks like a snow globe. Big snow globe. Well, it's a display case. You put something in and it displays it for you. Now, like I said, I want to get a sense of progression, and what better way to do that than by displaying every single food that we make? One big food museum. We could dedicate sections of the restaurant to each category, like we can have a seafood room. That would hold all of our seafood products. We could have a sandwich room, or a sandwich shop displaying all of our sandwiches. There are so many possibilities. I guess that would make this room the lobby. Hold on a minute, I may have discovered something better than the display. Take an andesite alloy, put it in a stone cutter, and that gives us this. A table cover. And with the table cover, it acts as a display stand. You can display multiple things, which is ideal compared to this, which I think only displays one item at a time. Yep, that seems to be the case. And this? 4 items? Yeah, we're going with this instead. The next thing to do would be to craft some tables, so let's go back to the nether because I think we're going to make our tables out of crimson planks. Ow. Oh my god! What is this? 1,000 mosquitoes here in a zombie? Anyways, let's make a table. We're gonna take the planks and then add some sticks under, and there you go. Simple table. Okay, so how should we display these tables? Does anyone in this comment section work in a restaurant? Do you know how the table should be displayed? Guess we could do it like this. For maximum display value. You know what, let's see what it looks like when we have the food on. So then we'll add the tabletops here. The brown tabletop kind of defeats the purpose of the color we were going for, though. Could have gone with any type of wood. How the heck did you get here? Ugh. This is why we put the portal underground, guys. This is why we do that. So this right here is what I'm talking about. We have all of our foods on display. Don't really have them organized. I mean, kinda. Got the burgers with the burgers. The sandwiches, they're on the same side of the table. And then over here, it's just a jumble of egg and potato and rice bowls. And we also have our steak, ratatouille. And then we'll just put the cabbage rolls over here. But yeah, it's a nice big buffet table comprised of the first 2 sections of food that we've already completed. Imagine if our entire restaurant just looked like one big potluck gathering with different foods displayed on different tables. That's what we're doing. By the time we're done here, we'll have a feast fit for a king. Ladies and gentlemen, the time has come to dive into soups. Because there are so many of them, I'm going to power through the more plain ones, like this one. This is just chicken soup. Most of these recipes called for meat and vegetables, nothing really worth highlighting. Well, it's about that time. Fishing time, of course. We're not going to be fishing for koi. We're going to be fishing for, well, anything. Anything except koi. Ladies and gentlemen, we're making fish stew. But first, a boat dock. Somewhere where we can go fishing in peace. God, isn't that pretty? Look at that. Should probably extend the dock a little more to the left and to the right, but you know what, for now, let's get fishing. Leave your favorite fishing joke in the comment section. There we go. Oh, we got a book. An enchanted book. What kind of enchantment do we have? Riptide 3? Are you kidding me? What are the odds that we pull Riptide 3 from the water? I mean, it's a water enchantment, so I guess it kind of makes sense. We're saving this for later. But seriously, we need a fish. Here we go. Here comes one. And it's a pufferfish, something we can't cook with. The one fish we can't use. Lucky attempt number 3. Here it is. Here it is. Finally, a simple cod. This we can work with. Fish, tomato sauce, and onion. I've never had fish soup in my life, but if that's what goes into it, count me out. So far, we have a nice selection of soups and stews. I'll be honest, I've never been much of a soup person, but I will give them this. Some of these recipes are a little on the odd side, which I find incredibly interesting. Like this one soup that's considered to be monkey-free. That aside, we've made all the basic recipes, and now we have to go out and find more ingredients. Alright friends, it's time to find an ocean. Believe it or not, a lot of these soups require kelp. I have yet to find an ocean, so my hope is that these rivers eventually open up to a larger body of water, which is how it works in real life, so why wouldn't it work here? I think we're about to cross into the ocean, but I don't see any kelp, or any signs of life. Oh wait, no, there's kelp right here. Thank God. Oh, I was about to throw up. We'll collect a little bit of this. Actually, we'll want to collect a lot, because we need some of this for our create mod machines too. Make mechanical belts. Another tower. And that one has another waystone. That one's made out of sandstone. Hold on, let's park our boat right here, or dock the boat. Maybe there's stuff inside too. Full of, oh, it's got chests. Gold. And ink sacks. We're taking these. The top chest. The top chest is what really matters. Let's see what we got here. More gold and, oh, saved us the trouble of having to find these glowing sacks. Yeah, we're gonna make soup out of those. You know what? And I think we'll leave this waystone here. I kind of like having access to the ocean, so it'll save us the trouble of having to go down the river. All we have to do now is find a jungle and we'll be set. This is some crazy terrain generation, by the way. A really cool base here if we weren't just cooking. Looky what we have here. I think we may be set, folks. If they have bananas here, I think we may be set. According to the map, check this out, we're gonna swim into it. This counts as a rainforest. Rainforest is a jungle, right? And where there's jungles, there's bananas? Is that banana? That's a flowering Morado leaf. I don't know what that is. Okay, it's kind of giving me more of a swamp vibe. We're gonna have to find a jungle, because this is just ridiculous. Oh my gosh, is that what I think it is? Do you guys see that out in the distance? That's a tree with vines. That can only mean one thing. I'm not gonna waste any time here. We have to get some bananas. Yes, yes! It's a jungle biome. We're saved. We're set. Just wish it was daytime. There's so many enemies. Look at the map! Why are there so many creepers? Let's start with the essentials like cocoa beans. We need cocoa beans. I'm sure there are recipes that require chocolate. Do cocoa beans only grow on jungle logs? Not really sure, but you know what? Better safe than sorry. We'll take some cocoa beans and then we'll take some logs to farm them. And the jungle trees just drop bananas by default? Let's try that again. Replicate our success here. And, well, that one didn't drop bananas, but I bet the next one will. What are these ants? Leafcutter ants. Leafcutter ant hill. Huh, interesting. Can we grow bananas? Because I've been chopping trees down and none of them are dropping bananas. Just that one. Wait, whoa! Monkey. Capuchin monkey. Did you just eat the banana that the tree dropped? I'm gonna need you to give that back. Oh. Jeez. Get away! There's a lot of them. Can't fight skeletons and monkeys. Okay, that was close. Too close. Still down to one banana because the monkey ate the other one. Okay, the sun is rising. I think we'll fare better now. Let's try this again, shall we? One more tree, one more banana, one more opportunity. Do we? What the heck is that? Not the spider, the thing behind it. Is that a creeper? I'm not talking to you. That was a creeper. Where'd it go? Bamboo creeper. You don't explode. This is a passive creeper. I never thought I'd see the day where a creeper didn't blow itself up as soon as I got near it. Wow. There we go. We just got another banana. I hate how I don't get them when it's on camera. I wonder if we can plant these bananas, grow them, make more. If we can't regrow the bananas with the bananas alone, then we'll need jungle saplings. Definitely not making the commute back here. Ah, finally, there, you saw it on camera. Bananas come from regular jungle trees. So we have 4 of the exotic ingredients we need. We're going for 5, maybe more. Still have to find a savanna biome. There's something we need from the acacia trees. It's like a stem with some flowers on it, and you put it in one of the soups. So let's see if it takes us as long to find the acacia biome as it did to find the jungle biome. We better hurry because we're running out of cheeseburgers. We don't have melon. I think we're gonna need melon. Yeah, let's help ourselves to as many melons as we can carry. Then we got this nether portal with a chest. What do we have here? Golden apple. Honestly, my inventory's kind of full. I'm gonna leave it. Usually I don't pass up on stuff like that, but given the circumstances and the fact that we have to carry even more things once we get to the acacia biome, yeah, golden apples can just stay put. Jeez, this was a massive jungle. My gosh, took forever to get out of there. Oh my god, no way. Everything works out in the end. That is our savanna biome. Let's go get the flowers we need and go back home. Come on, first try. Give me the flower. You know what? Let me show you what we're looking for. It's called an acacia blossom, and I'm assuming that we get it from acacia trees, because where else are we supposed to get it, right? Now, I'm not sure whether it's supposed to be like an acacia tree variant where it has flowers blooming in the leaves, because these all look pretty normal to me. Well, the only way to find out is if we keep chopping trees down. Don't see any flowers here either. There's a tower. Hopefully there's a waystone in that tower, because I don't want to walk back. What about here? Come on, come on, come on, come on. There it is. That's what we want. Honestly, these emeralds, usually I'd keep them, but priorities, right, people? Priorities. Now that we have everything we need, let's go check out the tower, see if there's a waystone at the top. Save us the long trip. This is the type of tower where we found the bookshelves earlier, so logic dictates that there is a waystone at the top. I won't even bother looking at the items in those barrels. I can't carry anything else. And... aha! Look at that. Always trust your gut. Okay, let's go home. More ingredients means more soup, and while some of them were easy because we could get them from our backyard, others were not. Some of them had to be searched for, like moss blocks. Why would you want to put moss in soup? I don't know. I do know that I needed mushrooms. I have no idea what that town is over there. Is that even a town? No, it looks like a type of a chapel? Church? We're not going in those alligator waters. Hopefully there's some good loot in there. We're looking for mushrooms, and this looks like the kind of place you'd find mushrooms growing. It's a crypt, that's what it is. So we got a mausoleum here and there. Do we really want to desecrate the graves of the dead? There are mushrooms in there. Let's do it. Let's see what's in here. Alright, hopefully there are no spawners. No, but there was a skull. Not my problem. Garbage, of course. I mean, what did I expect? This one looks a little fancier, though. This looks like the crypt of a wealthy man. Someone who had a lot of money. So I'm thinking... oh no, it's a chapel. Never mind. Got a bundle. Sharpness 1, piercing 1, stasis, capacity 3. We'll hold on to these. I don't know what they do. Aside from that, no mushrooms yet. The hunt continues. Okay, that's not a mushroom, but that's definitely worth exploring. We have a lighthouse. You know, I'm a little hesitant to go in there. The last time I entered a Minecraft lighthouse was in the RLcraft Modpack. Turns out that the floor was fake. It was a gravel trap. I fell through and burned in lava. Will that be the case here? I hope not. I mean, the premise is around making food, and the floor is wood, so I think we're good. Let's see what we have at the top. Hopefully another waystone. Ooh. Really want this stuff? I'm thinking we leave it. Oh, not this though. This is what we wanted. Well, not much at the lighthouse, but we did find a waystone, and that was the most important thing. Darn. Could really use a nature compass right now, because if there's one biome where mushrooms spawn, it's in those like tall tree biomes, you know, the spruce ones. It starts with a T. I just don't know how it's pronounced. Taiga? Something like that. Pirate ship. We're finding everything but mushrooms. Like cemeteries, lighthouses, pirate ships. What gives? I don't even have the space to carry all this loot. Oh, that is loot. We're taking that. We're leaving the bone meal. And a backpack. Oh, speaking of space. Beautiful. It's one of the big backpacks too. Let's store all of our valuables in here. Alright, it's come to this. We're gonna have to make a boat and sail for any island that has the mushrooms we need. Oh, wait, I already have one. What? Why am I crafting another? I think I'm half asleep. It's 1:22 a.m. But until I find a mushroom, there's no rest for me. On we go. Hello, kind sir. You wouldn't happen to have any mushrooms on your vessel, would you? Kelp. Okay. More kelp and more kelp, but there's a fishing rod with them breaking too. No, I don't want this. Thanks for nothing. Well, this'll work. Thank God we found this. I was so sick of the search already. We're taking them all. We're gonna grow them back at the house. Finding these mushrooms took a lot longer than I would have liked, but we have them. Finally! Before we put them into our recipe, the first thing we're gonna do is plant them. Can't run out of mushrooms when we only have such a limited supply. So let's plant a brown one right here. Can you not place mushrooms on this anymore? What happened to the old days when you could place mushrooms on any type of block? I remember on Minecraft Xbox, you could place mushrooms on spider webs. So it can be any type of block, but it has to be a low light level. Okay, let's break these torches then. Probably interfering with this. There we go. They like nice and dark areas. So if I were to place this here and, say, bone meal the heck out of it, let's see if it'll actually grow into the big variant here. Oh, perfect. And then I'll do the same with the red one, although the red one's bigger. I have to place it somewhere where it'll fit. There we go. Okay, 1, 2, 3. We have ourselves some giant mushrooms, and we'll leave them at that for now until we need to harvest more. Let's make more soup, shall we? Let's knock out the obvious one. We have to make some mushroom stew. Will you do it? There we go. It's simple, it's safe, and it was a hassle to get. This thing is going in the soup box. We also have to make this weird monkey soup that involves a bone, a mushroom, and a banana peel. Like, why would you eat that? Well, we're limited on bananas, so let's pray that not too many of these recipes call for them. How do I open this? Oh, I think I have to be hungry. Let's try now. And I didn't get a banana peel. What? Well, this is gonna be a problem. Okay, we got banana number 2. I'm trying to take the peel off. It won't let me. Oh my god. We have to go back and feed the monkeys. You give them the banana, and there's a chance that they drop the peel. We only have, what, 2 bananas? Let's go get this over with. Let's see if we can find these things. There were dozens of them before. They were trying to rip my face off when I accidentally hit one. Well, it wasn't really an accident, but you know what happened. There seems to be none. Now that I need them, they're nowhere to be found. There's got to be one here somewhere. I mean, there's gorillas. Wait. Is that what they are? Oh, yeah, right there. Never mind. Our first test subject. Hey, come here. I have a banana. Take the banana, you little monster. And of course he didn't give me the peel. All right, how about this one? Okay, well, back to chopping trees down. All right, this tree dropped the banana on the first attempt. Please, just give me the peel. Oh my god, and then you run away. What about you, buddy? You want to give me a banana peel? What is with these things? Why is it so rare? This is the last banana, and my axe is about to break. So either we get something now, or we're putting this off for another time. I pick you. You're the chosen one. No, actually, you're the one that failed me. You're the chosen one. Are you the chosen one? No, you can't eat these. You want these bananas? Take them. I don't want them anymore. What? That's how it works? I was supposed to drop them on the floor? I'm so unbelievably bothered right now. All of this trouble just for a disgusting soup made from banana peel, bone, and a mushroom. No, a brown mushroom. And there it is. It will not be my pleasure to eat this. Alright, folks, so we finally reached the point where we're down to our 2 final soups. If you look inside the barrel, you'll see that we have quite a collection of bowls, and inside each of them, a delectable meal, with the exception of this monkey soup over here. The question remains, what else do we have to make? Well, of the remaining soups, there are 2 standouts. The first one is known as deep soup, comprised of any vegetable, a glowing sack, and a unique ingredient, a glow shroom. A special type of mushroom found in rare glimmering biomes. The fact that the reward is a diamond pickaxe doesn't really leave me with much confidence. Wherever this mushroom is, it's probably difficult to get. Soup number 2 is difficult, but not as difficult. Known as cactus soup, well, it has some cactus in it, which is concerning because we have yet to find a desert. It also has blaze powder, or you can substitute it for a type of pepper. This is a bullet pepper, and we can easily find it in the nether, in one of those crimson forests. So it all comes down to 2 points. We have to find a mushroom underground, and we have to find a cactus out somewhere in a desert we have yet to discover. Just when I thought I'd be able to kick my feet up. Now, I've noticed there's no nature compass in here, which would have been nice. Would it be considered cheating if I added the nature compass mod in there? Because I'm getting sick of having to find these biomes on foot. Well, not on foot, but searching aimlessly. I mean, look at the trail I've been leaving behind. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and add the nature compass mod. What a godsend this mod is. This is the nature compass. By combining 4 logs, a compass, and 4 saplings of any kind, we get this very useful tool. Let's not waste any time and craft one because we have a lot of work to do. I'm pretty sure I had some saplings lying around here too. 1, 2, 3, 4 saplings in each corner and a compass in the middle. Aha! So, what exactly does the nature compass do, and why did I want it so badly? Well, if we click the compass, you'll see that we have a list of biomes. This compass will tell you where the biomes are, how far they are, and how to get there. So in this case, what were we looking for? We were looking for a desert biome. Let's see if there's one nearby. There is! Only 3,130 blocks away. Wow, that's close. So the compass is pointing towards that way. We're finding a lot of stuff on the way over there. I just picked up a waystone, and here we have some ruins. With garbage, of course, but they're still interesting. Maybe up here. It's like the ruins of an outpost or something. There's a fly, which means there must be a zombie spawner nearby. Let's make this quick. Coal, copper, and nothing worth picking up, but I appreciate the addition. Only 2,000 more blocks to go. There's something wrong with these 2 chunks in front of me. Look at the map. They're just missing. Good thing we don't have to go in that direction, but makes me wonder if the world's gonna start corrupting. Let's not linger here too long. Look at that, that's so weird. It's not even a lag spike, because the other chunks are loading just fine. It's just those. We're here. Oh my gosh, that took all day. Don't know what that bug is, and I'm not dying to find out. Maybe we should wait until the sun rises. Just hang out in the boat for now. Okay, it's time to move in. The funny thing is that despite the fact that it took us a long time to get here, we're only going to spend like 2 seconds in the desert. Maybe longer if we get caught up in whatever that thing is. Let's go around that. Just getting a cactus and we'll be on our way. We have 5 cactus. Let's get some sand so we can grow some. And now, back to the house. We'll name this Desert. That's dessert. No, that's desert. I went ahead and planted only 2 cactus. I don't think we're going to need that many for future recipes, so the little few that we do, we'll get from here. That only leaves us with one last ingredient for our spiky soup, and it's found in the nether. Let's go. So we're looking for a special type of pepper that's harvested from this plant. The bullet pepper. Not sure how we go about collecting this, because if you make one wrong move around it, it will explode. That explains the floating blocks here. So, let's carefully extract this from its stem. And that's why you gotta be careful. Oh my... We got what we needed. Let's get out of here. Oh my gosh! We got him, finally. Alright, so we're gonna take our cactus, cut it into cactus chunks. Oh, look at that, it went into the sink to get washed. And then it's as simple as dumping in the tomato, the rice, the cactus chunk, and the bullet pepper. That is going to be one spicy soup, and there it is. You have this interesting looking broth color. It's almost like a brownish green. Oh my gosh, I completely forgot that we had to find another mushroom. We're still missing the glow shroom. It's okay, the Glimmering Cave is one of the biomes listed in the nature compass, so all we have to do is just walk 1,600 more blocks. Haha, looks like we've arrived. We're gonna have to dig straight down, because I don't want to waste any time doing this. This is already taking way too long as it is, so let's just protect ourselves from that skeleton. And I don't have a torch. Does this glow? No, it doesn't. Well, you know what? We're gonna get to something called the glowing caves, so I don't think light will be a problem when we get there. Can't see anything. These don't look like glowing caves. Oh! Well, according to this, we're here. Maybe we're not deep enough? If you look at the compass, it says there's a distance of 0. So, guess we have to dig down a little more. Nope. We're at bedrock. We are at bedrock. But look how the... What is this? Look at the biome name change. See how it's a sunflower plains, and then I go down a block, and now we're in glimmering weld? There's nothing here. It's not under the bedrock, is it? Well, that was stupid. This thing doesn't even work, unless it just didn't load. I don't know what to make of that. Guess we can keep looking for another cave, because this one doesn't have anything we need. Wait. Glow shrooms? Are we actually... Oh! Wait, we're still in the okay, it extends over here. I don't know what I was expecting, but I guess this is it? I guess that's kind of a glimmer. I was expecting like these tall blue mushrooms, but you know what? I'm a little disappointed, but I'm just relieved that we're done. Let's take these and go home. And, oh, we'll mine those diamonds while we're at it. Actually, it's gonna mine as a diamond ore because we have Silk Touch. The Silk Touch has been pretty useless so far. Wow, there are a ton of them now. That's what I'm looking for! There it is! Hold on, let me collect these mushrooms here. This giant glowing mushroom is what I expected to see, and I expected to see tons of them. Do they drop the glimmering shroom that I'm looking for? Oh, they do. Okay, that's fine. Well, there's plenty of mushrooms here. I don't think there's going to be a shortage of them. We can use them in a couple of recipes, but I don't think it's that recurring. And more diamonds? Are you kidding me? So will this grow outside? Let's see. I mean, I can give it bone meal, but it's not growing, unless it doesn't have room to grow. We'll leave it alone for now. Alright, we need a potato and a glow sack. I know we had glow sacks here, and then our potatoes right there. And the result should be something that looks like highlighter soup. I bet this thing would be glowing if it was real. You don't want to eat things that glow. That's a bad idea. But here it is. Cavern Explorer Stew, which wraps up every single soup we needed to make. Look at that. We have 4 gifts to claim, plus a diamond pick. Let's claim that. So we got 3 random relics we can claim. Let's go ahead and go with random relic number 1, see what we get. And we got another spatial sign. What are the odds of that? And a jellyfish necklace. I remember this. I think if someone hits you or they at least touch you, they take damage, so we'll keep that on. And then the final one, what are we gonna get? What are we gonna get? A leather belt. Increases the maximum number of slots for equipping relics, so we got an extra slot. Where does it show, though? Okay, well, these were all okay, but we still have the grand prize. This one we get to pick. Amphibian boots. Let's go with those. Oh, we only get 1 shoe? How much does it increase our swimming speed by? Plus, you have to level these up, so I can't imagine it increases it by much. No, it's kind of the same. We'll have to level up our amphibian boot. Oh, nothing is leveled at all. So all these abilities are at level 0. You got fins, which increases your swimming speed. Slipping increases movement speed in rain. And gills grants us a temporary water breathing effect. Well, my friends, I think we can all agree that that is a lot of soup. We could eat it, get another heart, or we can display it. You know what? Let's eat these, and then I'll just display the extra ones. We should make extra ones. Here we go. Whoa. This one gave me extra jump? I didn't realize some of the soups had unique abilities. I love this. Yes, alright, heart number 3. So, the next milestone is 40. We've tasted 30 foods out of 200. Look at that. It's enough to cover an entire page. Check it out. The glowing soup that we just made gives you night vision. I think we'll want to make more of that later. It may prove to be useful for our future cooking endeavors. But we have just chowed down on, I think, like 15 bowls of soup. That's insane. And now to remake them all and add them to my table. I'll spare you that montage. Check it out, my friends. Check it out. The soup table. Honestly, if this was a party, this is the table I'd avoid, because like I said, I'm not a soup guy, but they look so nice arranged in their bowls. We have tons of food now, 2 tables full of it. What do we do next? Well, after eating something salty, what do you want after that? Something sweet. That just so happens to be the name of our next section here. It's time to make dessert. We have everything from candied apples to gummy fish to candy canes to different types of ice cream desserts, even chocolate. And who doesn't love some delicious chocolate, which is a combination of sugar, cocoa beans, and milk? One of the classic candies is chocolate bars. So I've gone ahead and planted our cocoa beans on some jungle logs. We're gonna wait for these things to grow, but they're growing pretty fast. It just hasn't even been a minute. This one's already at 50%. Wow. In the meantime, while we're waiting for those to grow, we still have 36 beans at our disposal. Let's make some chocolate. All we have to do is add some milk. I had no idea you could mix them. What? That's so interesting. I just learned a new mechanic. We're gonna add our cocoa beans in there. And then lastly, a little sugar. All we have to do now is add some heat, and we should get chocolate bars. Or is it just gonna make us melt a chocolate? Oh, it just makes us melt a chocolate. I went ahead and made more chocolate. Now we have a bucket's worth. So you're gonna scoop up the chocolate with the bucket, pour it into this basin, and then the press is gonna stamp it into candy bars. Look at that. You're going to get 4 for every bucket of molten chocolate that you have. And with this, my friends, we just made our very first candy in our quest to satisfy our sweet tooth. Let's put this right here next to the light where it's going to melt. I decided that a table for our sweets wasn't enough. Why not build something better, something bigger? So we're doing this, our very own candy room. I decided to go for a type of colorful look, so we're gonna have our walls, they're gonna be striped with a pink and white color. I couldn't find one of those forests where the trees grow, where the tree comes to life and attacks you, creeker, something like that. So I went with birch logs instead, and I think it's a nice, I guess, creamish color. So we're gonna have these nice striped walls of nothing but that. Alright, what do you guys think? How does that look? Kinda looks like, kinda remind me of like strawberry wafers. Probably want to add a border down here or something. Yeah, let's do that. I don't like how the pattern touches down on the ground, so let's go ahead and break some of these, and then we'll probably put down, maybe more diorite? Or actually, we could do trapdoors. Better yet, let's just do it like this. We'll turn the logs sideways. Nice. Well, here it is. The dessert room. We have a nice display here with, look at that, a table that has a cloth on it. The other tables don't have cloths on them. This one does, and it's pink. I don't know, I feel like pink is just the color that you associate with cake icing and whatnot, so I decided to go heavy with the pink in this room. And the first dessert we'll add here is the chocolate bar, just right there. Now, some of these desserts are pretty basic, but the ones I want to focus on, well, they're a little more interesting. I'm talking about the fish, the candy cane, the gumball, and the jello. Now you're thinking, how are those not basic? Well, the ingredients are a little exotic. Or I should say their locations are exotic. We have to go to an area known as the Candy Cavity, a special cave known to be inhabited by sentient sweets. There we'll find cuddly creatures like these gummy bears and these candy fish. Now usually finding these would be a huge problem. Thanks to this compass, we're going to be able to have no problems at all. What? We have to use a biomap? How am I supposed to get one of those? What is this? A cave codex. We have to get the cave codex for the Candy Cavity. It's that scroll-looking item. And for that, we need a spelunkery table. Okay, the plot thickens. Now we're off to find a cave. So what we're looking for is a structure. It's like a type of abandoned cabin inside of a cave. And in that structure, there are these tablets that we're going to use to make a map to our biome, the Candy Cavity. The only problem is finding a cave. They say that the structures are common, and by they I mean the wiki, the mod wiki. So we're about to see, but I have a feeling that this is gonna take a while again. Well, that looks important. Is this what we're looking for? Oh, I got a good feeling it is. I mean, it's called the underground cabin, and this is a cabin, and it's underground. Not to state the obvious, but what else could it be? Oh yeah, it is. Perfect. Now, I don't know if this is going to have the tablet we need, unless they're interchangeable. Let's try swimming up this waterfall. We have a bed and a barrel. Fingers crossed they have what we want in here. Here we go. That is a lot of cave tablets. I think they may be interchangeable. Then we have the Cave Compendium, this book here. Whoa. They make animated books now? Can't really do anything with this because we need a cave codex to read any more of the entries. These aren't the cave codexes, are they? No, this is a cave tablet. To make a cave codex, we have to combine one of these tablets with a paper and a spelunkery table. Spelunkery table doesn't have a crafting recipe, so... Is that a block we're supposed to find here? It better be. I swear it better be here. All I'm seeing is a stone cutter. Nothing on a spelunkery table. This is not good. Oh, is that it? Please be it. Thank God. I thought it was a textured lectern. Alright, we're taking this. And we don't have paper on us, so we're gonna have to dig our way out of here. Unless... Oh, there's paper here. How convenient. Okay, so we put one tablet here. No translation, though. We have to add the paper. Is this like a puzzle? Find spire. Attempts left 5. What does it mean to find spire? Select a word to attempt to guess? I don't even know where the words start and end. Let's just click something. That's not spire. That's not it either. Nope. Nope. And, okay. At least we know it's this one, unless they're different. Oh, come on. We can craft more of these, right? Doesn't seem like we can. Okay, Scarlet. That's not it. So this is what this translates for us? That's Tesla. So we don't want to click anything that looks like that. What does this say? Azure. Okay, so the numbers and the symbols aren't random. They do match with each other like that. Like this L, that's an E. Watch. See, it shows this E here, and then up there, it's also an E. S is this, like, lightning bolt symbol. So we just have to find a word that starts with that symbol. I got a feeling it's this one. Here we go. Thank God. Wait, we have to do it multiple times? It's out of 3. Please be this. Thank God. Okay, now we just have to find magnetic. And that was number 3. And now, a cave codex. Finally. And this one is for the magnetic caves. It's not what we wanted. Well, at least we haven't added to the cave compendium. Well, my friends, our hunt continues. You know, I should have known. This tablet right here, it's like a dark purple. The cave codex, it's also a dark purple. The one we want is pink. The tablet's pink here. So, like I said, on we go. Okay, this is exactly what we need. Attempt number 2. Breaking that, not trying to get myself blown up. Okay, pink. That's the color we want to see. And it's more dark purple. Can we change this color? No, we can't. We're stuck with this. So I'll be frank with you folks. I had to go ahead and install a different map mod. Reason being, I've been at it for a while. Look at all the tablets we've acquired and all the cabins we've been searching for, and not a single one of them is the one I need. On to the reason why I installed a different map mod. Essentially, this is going to help me find the candy cavity, because with this mod, we can actually peel the layers of the world back. We can see what's on each layer, and my hope is that with this type of special cave x-ray tool, which is included in other mod packs, with this, we will find the candy cavity. Now, that doesn't really make my job easier, because people say that these biomes don't generate so often, that they only exist every 10,000 blocks. Yeah, we still have a lot of walking to do, and even then, there's no guarantee that we're gonna find it. Why are you taking damage? So with that, let's get some rest, greet a brand new day, and start a very long walk to potentially nowhere. Better get some wheat for the road. Alright friends, I'm confident that we've arrived. Well, discovered our destination. If you take a look at the map here with our new map mod, we can see through the ground like I mentioned before, and there is a very large pink spot on the map. Looks like a candy plane or something, and I can't help but wonder if that's where we're supposed to go. That's it, the candy cavity, and it looks just like a Candyland board game. They even have a path with different tile colors, what looks like cupcakes and cherries on top. I can only expect that this is going to be a peaceful place. A sugar glider? Oh, you're like one of those flying squirrel things. Sugar glider over the candy cavity. Why does that make sense? Anyways, I feel like if I dig straight down, I'm going to fall through the ceiling of the cave. So let's see if we can go about this in a more peaceful, safe manner. This was such an annoying journey, by the way. I didn't realize that I couldn't craft bread with the wheat, so yeah, I had to kill on the way. We'll keep it simple. We'll just make a staircase down into the cave, and hopefully, we won't get sent back too far. There's the achievement, Pure Imagination, which can only be a reference to Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. I still didn't see the cave, though. Must be pretty deep underground, because the image I'm looking at, what is this? That's at Y level -13? We're at level 27, but we must be getting close. This place is a lot darker than I thought it'd be. I did hear, though, that these caves have like their own custom lighting, and it kind of conflicts with the shader pack. I mean, look at that rainbow! There was a rainbow that just sprouted out of the ground. Over there, see? And what the heck is that? Oh my gosh, why is my game shaking? That is like a sandworm! Hold on, we have to turn our shaders off. We'll do it in the safety of our staircase, because I'm not trying to get eaten by the candy. Alright, how about now? Oh, the difference is night and day. Plus, there's a candy castle? There's a ton of stuff here, then. I'm just a little scared about the worm. What's the best way to get down? How about the humble water bucket? And it's pink here. Alright, fellas, we are entering uncharted territory, and I'm kinda nervous about it. Don't really know what's friend or foe, because this place strikes me as the type to be deceivingly peaceful. But, yeah, then you got stuff like that. We have a slime, a caramel cube. Alright, this place is interesting already. This is good too, because I was running out of food. And I'm sure we can eat this. Yeah, you eat it. Oh, look at that! That's so cool! Just random rainbows sprouting out of the ground. What is this? A sun drop. Can we eat this too? In fact, where do we draw the line from what's edible and what's not edible? Like, you got this giant scoop of vanilla ice cream, which I can't break. Wait, I got a shovel. Let's check this out. Oh, you don't eat the... Oh, no. We are going far away from the shaking. Oh my god, it's over there. Please don't see me. Okay, let's just make a run for it over there. Towards the castle. That's a... What the heck is that? So much shaking. Are we being followed? Do we go to the castle? Or do we explore? Because our objectives were pretty clear on what we had to get. We were here to get gummy bears and a bunch of other stuff. Large peppermints. Can I eat this? Oh, you can eat that. Okay, I think almost everything here is edible, except the roaches. Don't eat the roaches. Alright, so we have to collect candy canes. Is this gonna work? Yes, it does work. Right, so we have that. That already checked off one of the requirements. Cookie block. Oh, it's like wood. We can eat the candy cane. What about the cake layer? Can we eat the cake layer? And then we have our... Oh my god, I was not expecting it to climb like that! Doesn't do that much damage, actually, but still, that threw me off. Okay. Sharpen candy cane? Oh, I love that. You ever eat a candy cane and you just, like, sharpen one end? What is this? A gum beeper? Oh, it's a creeper! So I think it's safe to assume that almost everything here is hostile. Is this gonna blow up? Oh, it does blow up. Oh my god. Okay, well, we need gumballs, and these things drop gumballs, but we'll have to keep our distance because, like every creeper, they explode. Ah! Like that. But it did drop gumballs. We got a gumball pile, so we're making progress here. Let me show you what we're trying to achieve. So there's a lot of variety in the candy cavity. We've already gotten a candy cane. We've gotten the gumballs from the gumball creeper. We also have to get jello and gummy fish, and we can get jello from, well, the blue jellyfish. There's a lot going on here. But you know what? I'm almost tempted to just veer away from the traditional route a bit. I mean, we're in a candy land. Why wouldn't we want to explore more of this? This is made out of ice cream. I can eat the walls. Yeah, we're gonna stick around for quite a bit. Hopefully we can survive. Let's make our way to the castle and see if there's anything of note there. Block of chocolate, nice. Block of polished chocolate. Oh, it's like a stone. That's a gummy bear! He sounds hostile, so I'm not gonna kill him, but I'm surprised we found one so soon. You know the kind of vibe this place gives off? It's like, is it the story of Hansel and Gretel? It's the one where the kids, they find like a witch's house, and the house is made out of candy, you know, to lure the kids in before they get eaten by her. Like, the sweetness of this place is just a facade, because everything, well, not everything, but so far most things have tried to kill me. Well, I can only imagine that whatever's going on in the castle is going to be a similar situation. Giant sweet berry. It's like a regular sweet berry, like the ones we grow on the bushes. Oh, it is like the regular sweet berry. Well, here we are. Candy Castle. What is this? Purple soda? Can we drink this? Is this like lava? It's just regular purple soda with gummy rings. They put so much thought into this. It sucks how difficult it is to discover, but I guess the payoff is huge. Let's go inside the castle. Fingers crossed it's inhabited by like friendly gummy villagers or something. Oh, I think there's gingerbread people here. Hello, hello. Oh, it's not a castle. It's just the one little fortress right here. Okay. Looked a lot bigger from far away. Doesn't seem like anybody's home. Who's at the top of this tower? No one. I'm hearing... Oh, a caramel apple. I'm hearing the sounds of what sounds like a villager. In the tower, maybe? No, it's just more of these barrels. Sprinkles, cookies... Like, I guess we can explore and loot the rest of this place, but there's no one here. Vanilla ice cream. There you are! It's the gingerbread man! Wait a minute. Let's get a better view of this. Are you... Oh. I think my jellyfish necklace just killed him. Oh my gosh. That was definitely not a good thing, and even the game knew it. I feel so bad. Can we eat this? I swear I didn't know he was gonna die! Get away! You can't get me through here, can you? So I'm looking at the map, and there is a lot to explore. We have another gingerbread town over here. At least I'm assuming that's what that is, although this one looks a little more messy. You have this giant square thing, whatever that is over there. This looks like a giant donut, because it's frosted on this side, and it's kind of round. So let's keep pressing on. I did find the gummy fish while I was making my escape from that killer candy cane. Let's go ahead and collect some of these, bring them back to the house. Do we make a run for it? Oh no, he's over there. He's still there. Yeah, we're going this way. Look at that! It's a giant bottle of grape soda. Looks like gummy rings on the inside. Wonder what the bottle's made out of. So, we're gonna have to be mindful of how much food we eat, because I only have 2 steaks, and while you may be thinking, double sal, this whole place is made out of edible candy, it's not very nourishing. Doesn't give you a lot of saturation. Like, I'm gonna eat this fish, but, are you kidding me? Again? Get out of my way. Move! Look, the point is, if I'm at half a heart and I need to eat something to heal, this stuff isn't gonna cut it. It gives you like half a heart, you know? It's like in real life. If you're hungry, you're not supposed to eat candy for dinner because it's bad for you. It's sweet, but you can't live off the stuff, so, we got 2 steaks left. Let's make them count, and that looks like death! Oh my gosh! Jesus, get away! Oh my god! Is it on me? Or is it just random? I think it's just random. Okay, we're gonna go in here. Look at the map, though. I think it's going away. This place definitely keeps you on your toes. We have to just, get up there. Why am I taking down? Oh, ho, ho, ho! Go away! It's not gonna let me leave! Man, this thing is fast. I think we have to think. It won't follow me in here. Yeah. Oh, we can and it will. We can and it will. No? Okay. We outsmarted the Caniac. Okay, let's Let's stop and think about this. Okay. Looks like the coast is clear. Okay, folks, we are back on track. Got a little stuck there for a second, but we're climbing our way out of here. Look at that. It is a giant donut. Giant sprinkles. And a block of vanilla frosting. Oh my gosh, this place is insane. Is this a different gingerbread house? Or is this the one that we just desecrated? I think this is a different one. What the heck is that? First of all, this is a different gingerbread house. Let's go greet the gingerbread man. We won't tell him what we accidentally did to his neighbor. I want to see if he trades anything. I think this one is abandoned. Oh well. Jeez, that thing is insane. My god, look at it. Can we even kill that thing? I don't even know how to go about that. Getting close enough to land a hit on it? Jeez, the tail almost just knocked me off. Let's go this way. I was gonna explore this gingerbread village, but yeah. It'll have to be another time. I'm trying to find a way to get in there. I think we'll have to bridge across, but there's a random, like, hut there made out of wood. Kinda sticks out like a sore thumb, and then that... What is it, like a piece of cake or something? I wonder what the hut is, though. Let's go take a look at the hut. Unless it's just like one of those cabins that we've been looking for. No, this is something completely... Oh, no, it is. Yeah, we got a splunkery table here, so it just kind of glitched into the candy cavity. All right, let's make our way to the tower. I'm expecting hostility as soon as we get in there, because that doesn't really look like a nice place. It's made out of wood, and then it's being overgrown by these purple vines. Like, what is this? Well, we're here. Don't really see anything that could harm us. Maybe this place just looks more intimidating than it actually is. Dark chocolate tower. This is made out of wood. Ice cream and hot chocolate bottles? We'll take the hot chocolate bottles. Not bad. Hopefully these chests have other things like pork chops and bread. I think I'm kind of getting sick of the sweetness already. And it's more candy. Oh, this is licorice. That makes sense. Okay. You know, licorice has always had a reputation for being a sinister candy. I don't know why, but I think licorice is pretty good. I like red licorice. I don't know about this purple stuff. And that's pretty. We'll take a look at this stuff right now. I gotta see what that gold container is. A conversion crucible. What does it convert? Well, whatever it converts, it must be good, because this thing looks expensive to craft. It's a cauldron, a bunch of gold blocks, and what is that? Rainbow in the bottle? Radiant essence, that you get from a Licka witch. It's just a candy-themed witch that drops the bottle, sugar staff, and ice cream. I'm assuming she was supposed to spawn here, but for whatever reason, she didn't. Well, I'm not complaining. That's actually a blessing. Then we have these upside-down bottles of purple soda. This is a purple soda bottle rocket. What does this do? Can we eat this? Oh, it's a firework. How cool. And then finally, this barrel right here. There's more candy and radiant essence. I'll take that. Looks like we can craft a bunch of stuff from this. A biome treat. A confection oven. There's gotta be more than this. I mean, this is supposed to be the home of a mini-boss, or am I just getting greedy? Because we did find a bunch of stuff already, although most of it was candy. Okay, well, let's go collect the conversion cauldron thing, the gold thing, and I think we're about done here. So seeing as how we're already here, and I'm not trying to come back for more ingredients, I say we just craft our sweet stuff now. Now, before we craft our items, there's one more ingredient we need, but let's just safely put all of this in a backpack. And we gotta be quick about it, because that thing is getting too close for comfort. Oh my gosh. All we need now is one more caramel cube, and I think I see where we're gonna get it from. Oh, there you are! Mr. Gingerbread, hello! How are you today? I'm sorry about what happened earlier. Why are you running away? This one took damage. He's got 2 hearts left. And he's missing a leg! Wait, can we heal him? Oh my gosh, I shouldn't have eaten that gingerbread. We probably could have repaired you. Oh, I feel so bad. Okay, we should be safe now. Let's go ahead and craft some of our sweet treats, shall we? We're gonna take a simple wooden bowl, add in some strawberry, vanilla, and you can't forget chocolates. Then on top of that, we'll add a gumball pile, we'll add a candy cane, and last but not least, a giant sweet berry. Did I get that wrong? Maybe it's not a gum pile. Maybe it's a caramel. What? Don't tell me the orientation matters. Okay, it's vanilla, chocolate, then strawberry. Because for some reason that means something. Anyways, we have ourselves a sundae. A beautiful ice cream sundae. That sundae just so happens to be one of the items we need to craft. Oh, look at that, so is the caramel apple. All we gotta do now is get some more gummy fish because I just ate all of them trying to escape from that candy cane killer. Look at the size of that donut. That's impressive. Well, this was fun, but I think now it's time for us to return to the world of the sane. As much as I love the candy vibe here, I'm not a fan of almost getting killed by candy cane men, so let's go. We got what we needed. You know what? We should probably try looking for a waystone. Such a long walk back. Plus, if we ever need to come back here, we'll have a means of going about that. Oh my goodness, green. Green and blue. I've never been so happy to see these colors. We are back in the overworld. Let's leave that candy cavity behind. Put a torch here, though, just in case we want to come back. Alright, let's adjust our map here. Hopefully, we can find a tower. Is that a tower? That's something. We'll look at that right now. I'm looking for one of those waystone towers. Pretty common. Oh, and then there's also that. What could this be? And a woodland mansion. You know what? We may stop there just for fun. First stop, whatever this is. It's not a tower. It's a campsite. Someone's campsite, but looks like it's abandoned. Definitely taking that. We need more weapons. In here, sharpness 2. Yeah, we'll take that instead, actually. Guys, check it out. They're bears. Normal bears. They're not of the gummy variety. Oh my god, excuse me. Never mind. Why is my screen shaking? How are you here? Did you follow me? How is this thing here? No way. This thing followed me from the candy cavity. It burrowed through the entire... Wow. I'm almost tempted to kill it or wait for it to drown because I mean, this is an opportunity to pick up whatever this thing drops. It could drown. Did it just die? No, this thing is going crazy right now. Wow! Take a look at that! That is insane! Okay, well, we're not here to stick around, because if it can burrow up like that, it's, what's stopping it from just swallowing us as soon as we start walking? I kind of feel partially responsible for unleashing that onto the rest of the world, but out of sight, out of mind. I knew something was off. We have to turn our shaders back on. There we go. Much better. Now we're back in reality. We're coming up on what looks like ruins, at least on the map. Plus, oh, thank God, wild carrots. We are just out of food right now. This is a godsend right here. Not gonna eat any more of the candy, because if I eat it all before we get home, then I'll have nothing to display. Okay, I'm picking up on some haunted mansion vibes here. Maybe a witch's house. There is loot, though. Oh yeah, those are witches. We're taking the iron. Can witches open doors? You know what? We just went through a lot right now. And I don't want to die before we get home. So let's just see if we can pick off the chests outside. I'm not really dying to go in there. Witches can't open doors, can they? They're not like regular villagers. Oh, there they are. 1, 2. I counted a third one over there. There's a fourth one back there. Yeah, there she is. I mean, is there a spawner in there that we can pick off? Or are they all just witches occurring naturally? I know we can get this chest. Garbage. Wait. Centennial? What did we get Centennial for? We've opened 100 loot containers. Have we really opened that many? Let's check the roof now. There's always something on the roof. Ah ha ha! Check it out. Instinct prevails again. More garbage, except some emeralds. Piercing. I guess piercing's okay. I'll take the iron. And then in this one, piercing 1. Nope. And feather falling 4. Feather falling 4. You cannot say no to feather falling 4. Okay, that was probably the longest adventure we've ever done. But we're back. And not only are we back, but we have spoils for our new room. Look how beautiful this looks at the table. Just fits right in our ice cream sundae. And there's more where that came from. Of the candies we've collected, we've only tasted 3. The candy cane, the caramel apple, and the gumball. All we have to do is eat one more food to gain our 4th heart. So let's go ahead and celebrate our return with some delicious chocolate. Haha, that's heart number 4. We've gotten most of the candies from the candy cavity with the exception of the blue gelatin. I can't believe I'm saying this, but I think I forgot to get a blue fish, so we're gonna have to go back and get one later. In the meantime, there are other confections we can put together. The only problem is that they all rely on one common ingredient. I'm talking about honey. On the bright side, getting honey should be fairly easy. We're next to a birch forest, which are known to have plenty of beehives. In fact, I'm pretty sure there's one over here. There it is, right there, and it's chock full of honey. We're gonna have to go ahead and take this hive, transfer it over there. I wonder if Silk Touch would work for that. You know what, let's do it the right way. We'll lure the bee to a hive of our own, make a little bee farm. Even though bees have been in Minecraft for, I don't know, they've been in the game for a while now, I still can't help but treat them like a new feature, because every time I do this, I always have to look up how to make a beehive. I just don't have it ingrained in my brain. So to make a beehive, we need honeycomb. So I'm pretty sure we have to smoke the bees out, if I remember correctly. And we'll achieve that by placing a campfire under the hive. Works just like in real life. If you provoke a bee's nest, they're gonna get angry and you're probably gonna get stung. So, with the smoke, we'll put them to sleep. And this explanation is for all those Minecrafters who are just like me, who just so happen to have a terrible memory when it comes to this. Okay, so that should pacify the bee. Oh, there it goes. So it won't be angry if I do this. Nice. Now we have 3 honeycomb. And then now that we have the honeycombs, we can go ahead and craft ourselves a beehive. And with this, we'll start a bee farm. I think this is as good a place as any to have a bee farm. There are plenty of flowers. We'll put this right there. Now we have to lure the little guy into our farm. Now's your time to shine. Come on out. Oh, there's 2 of them in there. Even better. Just give them a second to get their things, because we are evicting them. There we go. Bee number 1. But where is your partner? Why isn't it coming out? Okay. Here we go. Bee number 2, bee number 1, follow me to your brand new home. I think you'll find it to be quite lovely. And if I remember correctly, all we have to do is just put the flower down. And they will occupy the nearest beehive, which is right here. Right? There we go. We have tenants. So all we have to do now is wait. So while we're waiting for the bees to make honey, I just realized that we don't have to go back to the candy cavity because one of the rewards for the Fisk is fish in a bucket. Take a look at this. We have 1 of each variety, including the bluefish. Please tell me I can pour this out. Let me see. So if I were to pour this right here. Oh my gosh, it's our very own sweet fish in its own grape soda. I love it. So all we have to do is just kill this one. And now we have a blue sweet fish, which we will cook promptly on this skillet. It's gonna melt it down, and I guess we have a mold because it's gonna be turned into jello. There it is, blue gelatin, nice. Let's go put this at our table over here. And pow. Makes for a nice front piece, doesn't it? This next one requires that we actually go to the mountaintops. We need ice for, you guessed it, ice pops. Just up ahead there should be some snowy mountains, so we'll be able to collect enough snowballs, and then with our press back at the house, we'll be able to press it down into ice. Another waystone. This is just what we need. Okay, so just in case we have to go back to the candy cavity, we have a waystone to do that. Although it's so far to walk back to. And there is our destination with ice. I didn't think there was going to be ice there, but you know what? Saves us a couple steps. Is it the ice we can use, though? Regular ice. Finally! Our Silk Touch pickaxe is going to come in handy. I knew we'd have use for this enchantment eventually. I'm not sure how much we're going to need, so I'll just be sure to collect extra. Wait, this is packed ice. I don't want this. In fact, most of this is packed ice. We have our ice. And now that we have it, let me ask you a question. What do you think happens when you combine ice, sugar, salmon berries, and milk in a bowl? You get some delicious salmonberry ice cream. Just be careful not to get yourself a brain freeze, because I just ate that and my god, I didn't think I was going to take damage. Put that right there. And now let's go check on our honey. It would seem the bees have been busy. 5 out of 5 honey. We have our campfire. Let's go ahead and repeat the same process. Smoke the bees out. Wait until they're nice and passive. And then we go in for the kill. And by the kill, I mean the honey. Well, one bee came outside. Will the other get mad if I collect this? Doesn't seem to be the case. Wait. 0 out of 5 honey is only 1 honey bottle? Why did I think it'd be more? Okay, we're gonna have to breed the bees, because this took forever. Alright, so I think I just feed them flowers, and nature should take care of the rest, right? Ah, look at that. Baby bee. While we're waiting, I did mention that some of the recipes were pretty exotic, and there is a guide to advanced cookery that helps us start with that. We have the option for exotic eats, which involves cave diving, which is what we've done, nether nosh, involving nether recipes, a dragon's dinner, that one's naturally the end, and midnight snacks. This one is all about the Twilight Forest, a mod we haven't covered in a while, although, in my opinion, that one has been covered extensively. Just out of pure curiosity, let's indulge in one of these paths. I'm thinking we take a look at Nether Nosh, and oh my goodness, there is a lot going on here. Just based off of the color palette, I'm pretty sure that all of these foods are a little spicy. You got the burnt roll, there's the spicy curry, blazing chili, hot wings, British brekkie. Why is that one in the nether? What are they trying to say about British food? I mean, come on. I'd be remiss not to try one of these recipes while we're waiting for our bees. Now, before we get into any of this, let's go ahead and claim some of the relics here, like Magma Walker. Basically makes us immune to hot blocks. Now, does that include lava? I have no idea. But you know what? Whether that does or not, I've been meaning to put on a second shoe to finally have myself a pair. Finally, both of our feet are covered. Alright, now that we have this, let's go put it to the test and see how much we can actually burn ourselves. Now, we're not going to just dive into the lava. Oh my gosh, every single time. Go away. Let's start with something simple like a magma block. And while we're doing that, let's go ahead and collect these fungus as well. Pretty sure we can cook up some good meals with these. Okay, here we go. Wait. Not really sure if it works or not. We stood on it, we didn't take damage, but then I did start taking damage, so is it like limited on time? Well, we are getting XP by using it. We have 5 out of 100. Stupid mosquito got blown up by the peppers. Should have done your reading. I mean, here's the weird thing. I'm standing in it. Oh! I have to sneak! That makes more... I mean, it doesn't really make sense, but I guess that's the condition. Okay. I wonder if that's the case with lava. Should we take it a step further and try lava? Seems a little risky, but it's worth a shot. I'm gonna go ahead and carve a channel here. Don't want to get myself too deep into the lava. Just a little dip. Nope. No, that still hurts. We're kind of running out of time here, so let's just make one of the most simple recipes you can put together with our nether ingredients. A bowl and 2 mushrooms. I give you nether salad. Now, I just noticed its eating properties or its saturation properties, whatever you call it. This actually makes you hungrier. Gives you 3 hunger. Now, why would you want to eat that? We don't want to eat that. So let's just, we'll just put it at the table. Let the flies have it. By the way, I just glanced at our bees. I'm pretty sure they're done. So let's go ahead and light the fire. Harvest a little more honeycomb. And make another hive. And now we have hive number 2. The next realm I'd love to investigate for these otherworldly recipes calls for a single diamond. If you're an ancient Minecrafter like me, then you already know where I'm going with this. We are going to a place known as the Twilight Forest. Known for, well, being a forest. Maybe I'm in the minority, I'm not sure, but when I think of the Twilight Forest, food doesn't really come to mind. But supposedly, you can make some pretty good grub with whatever's lurking around in those woods. So, let's go take a look for ourselves. In the old days, you used to make a Twilight Forest portal with Minecraft flowers like the dandelions and the roses. The roses aren't really in Minecraft anymore, and the dandelions, well, you kind of have to go out of your way to find them. Hoping that it'll work with just any flowers. We got plenty of tulips and a couple poppies. Here we go. Oh! Jeez! Yeah, don't stand so close to the portal when you drop the diamond, and that's a bad idea. God. Okay, let's see what's on the other side. And it looks exactly the same. Not much has changed since we've last visited this place in other videos, although we do have some new animals. Well, new in the sense that they're new to us in our cooking recipes. We got boars. Usually there's, here they are. What is this, deer? We'll make some, like, venison out of this. Here it is, midnight snacks. There are a lot of recipes here, like the Hydra Burger, which calls for Hydra chops. And if you're unaware of what the Hydra is, well, it's this thing. If you've been playing Minecraft for more than 5 years, you've definitely seen this before. The only thing about the Twilight Forest is that we won't get a lot of recipes, considering that this place locks you out of certain sections. For example, if we wanted to go to the Dark Forest, and I don't think this is the exact order, but this, like I said, example. If we wanted to go to the Dark Forest, we can't do that until we beat this, the Naga, which is a boss located in this structure right here. Yeah, progression is heavily dependent on defeating bosses. If you try to bypass that progression, say you try to go into the forest, well then you're plagued with this. Extreme blindness. You can't get it off of you unless you beat the boss. That's the only way to lift the curse. We can, however, extract some ingredients from the local area that is available to us, like this. Torchberries, a native plant found in the Twilight Forest that grows primarily in caves. With these, we can make a couple of treats that won't put our lives on the line. Just have to collect a few. And they're really easy to spot. They mostly grow on cave ceilings. They're the only things emitting light. On top of that, seeing as how we're here, we may as well help ourselves to a little bit of iron. I think that's one of the things I love most about the Twilight Forest, is that it's got the old cave systems. It's before the cave update. I don't know, I just like the old cave generation with the tunnels instead of the giant caverns that we have now. Seem to have lost my way back to the portal, so we're gonna have to use our trusty waystone. I seriously hope this thing can teleport us between dimensions. Okay, my friends, so we have some torchberries. What are we gonna do with them? Well, it's rather simple, really. We're gonna take these torchberries, toss them into the basin with some sugar and a bottle, and then just add a little heat. It's gonna mix those together until you have something brand new, something truly out of this world. This is torchberry juice. I'm pretty sure this is the first beverage we've ever made. Gives you an effect called Fire Range. I have no idea what that does. Well, let's give it a try. Okay, we're emitting embers from our body. Is that gonna burn enemies? Probably shouldn't stand so close to the chickens over there. Let's go find a monster or something. Better hurry too, it's only gonna last 40 more seconds. There we go. Where are you? Yeah! Does exactly what I thought it'd do. So it sets them on fire if they're within our radius. Good thing we did not stand next to our animals. That would have been terrible. But we're not done with the torchberries just yet. We have some familiar ingredients here. We have wheat flour and milk. You're gonna toss 3 wheat flour in. Add some milk. It's gonna mix together and make something brand new. This is a pie crust, which is perfect because we're about to make a delicious pie. Turns out that there are multiple pies you can make here. You can make pumpkin pie, chocolate pie, apple, cherry. In this case, we're gonna make glowberry pie. 3 wheat on top, 3 glowberries across, 2 pieces of sugar, and the pie crust at the bottom. And with that we have torchberry pie, which, one of the interesting things about torchberry pie is if you take a look at its item description, it tells you that the pie is placeable, just like a cake. So if we wanted to add it to our dessert collection, we'd have to first of all remove one of these tablecloths, which is a shame because I think they look so nice. And then, bam, torchberry pie. I think it would be even cooler if this actually glowed. Does it glow? Wait, let's break these torches here. I just want to make sure. No, doesn't seem to be glowing. I guess we baked all of the glow out of the pie. Now to actually reap the benefit of the glowberry pie, we have to cut it into slices. What did I do with my knife? I think you're supposed to put it on a cutting board, so I may have screwed up by placing it on the table. And I bet if I break it, I won't be able to harvest it. What if I do this? Oh no, that works. Alright, so we have a slice of torchberry pie, and that counts. You can also bake torchberry cookies, oven-free of course, by tossing in 2 wheat flour and a single bit of torchberry. Makes you one cookie that looks like it's got white chocolates embedded into it. If this was real, I would definitely eat this. What effect is this? Glowing. I wonder why people like glowing. Like, what does it actually do? Makes you a target. And that's about it for the torchberries. There's a couple more recipes, but for the sake of time, we'll spare them. But I just want to say that these recipes go from 0 to 100. We go from making simple, wholesome cookies to, well, take a look at this recipe. Cabbage, tomato, onion, and then you add a little bit of Experiment 110 to it. That's Experiment 110. I don't know what the heck that's supposed to be. But according to the name of the dish, I'd have to assume it's gassed brains. Although it comes to the cost of nausea, poison, blindness, and temporal sadness. I've experienced sadness, but I don't know about temporal sadness. Lucky for us, we don't have to worry about making those existential foods because our bees have made even more honey. We got about 2 bottles, which isn't a lot, but it is enough to get the show on the road. But before we get to any cooking, we're gonna have to go back to our village. I believe there are some watermelons waiting to be collected here. Here they are, although I don't know why they're so small. How are we supposed to work with these? Well, we'll figure it out. We'll also need some of these. An alternative melon, the cantaloupe. Now, I don't know about you, but I've never been a fan of cantaloupe. In fact, most people consider them to be the most inferior of the melons. For some reason, they're always included in fruit salads, and I don't think I'm alone when I say that the cantaloupe for some reason has a strange ability to affect the taste of the other fruits in the salad. I don't like it. But somehow it made the cut into this mod pack, and so we have to use it. So we'll deal with the cantaloupe first. Just like the glowberry pie, we're gonna have to cut this up. This gives you 4 cantaloupe slices. We're gonna take the cantaloupe, throw in a slice. Actually, we have to get that milk out. Oh man, I can't scoop it with the bottle. Alright, we'll have to break it. Cantaloupe, sugar, some honey, and then you throw in the kelp. That's the recipe, right? Oh, we have to add fuel. Oops, I'm sorry. You add fuel to the blaze burner, mixes it all up, and I'm not sure why we had to add the kelp. I don't recall any gummies ever containing kelp unless there's like something in the kelp that makes it a gummy, but there it is. We have an orange gummy, and the reward is 16 of these rocket bottles. Thankfully, we know what these are, so let's go ahead and launch them outside and appreciate them as they should be appreciated. That's pretty spectacular, I like that. Since we have the melons in our inventory already, let's just deal with these as well. You take the melon, you slice it up, and then now that we have it, we're going to use our ice. Finally, we get to use our ice. We'll put the ice right there, 2 diagonal, and then the rest as melons. You get a melon pop, the perfect treat for a hot summer day. While we're on the topic of popsicles, let's do the same recipe, but instead, we'll use cantaloupes. I'll have to cut one more, though. There we go. Alright, so it's essentially the same recipe, I believe. 4 of those slices, 2 ice, and then a stick. Cantaloupe pop. Beautiful. This next recipe is by far the most interesting one in my opinion, because right now we're trying to clear up all the desserts before we wrap up the video. So you're going to need 2 sticks, a bucket of water, and some sugar. That gives you a couple of marshmallows. Next we have to take the marshmallows and we roast them, and you can only roast them over a campfire, naturally, because how else are you supposed to roast marshmallows, am I right? So we'll just put them down, wait for them to cook. 30 seconds is a little excessive for a marshmallow, though. I would not roast a marshmallow for 30 seconds in real life. And there they are. Oh, and thank God they stack too. So, how can you make a roasted marshmallow better than it already is? How about combining it with chocolate and graham crackers? You take your bottle of honey, pour it into the basin, and then you toss in 2 pieces of flour. It's gonna flatten it all together, making you 8 honey cookies. From there, it's as simple as making a s'more. 1 chocolate, 2 crackers, and finally, your roasted marshmallow. I got 1 for me and 1 for you. And when you eat them, just like in real life, you may get a little sugar rush. Yeah, that's swiftness applied on me. Swiftness for 23 seconds. The perfect snack if you're trying to make a quick getaway. Let's go ahead and take our s'more, rush to the dessert room, and add it to our table. Beautiful. Well, my friends, I believe that's all the time we have for today. I want to thank you for joining me in my kitchen. We had the privilege of tasting over 40 foods. Actually, I think we can make it to 50. We haven't eaten any of the desserts that I made. Let's eat this. That's gonna put us over. We'll eat one of those. We'll eat the popsicle. There we go. We just gained a heart. 5 hearts. Not bad. Not bad at all. We gained 5 hearts by eating 50 foods. And we certainly made a lot of food. Well, I hope you enjoyed today's video. And if you want a part 2, you already know what to do. Seriously. If we do it 200 days, there is just so much stuff to cook. Like, we haven't even finished making the basic restaurant items. Plus, our restaurant doesn't even have an exterior. It's just an ugly box. Leave a like. Be sure to tell me what your favorite part was in the comments section. Don't forget to hype. And above all else, be sure to subscribe if you're new to the channel and you want more content like this. It has been a privilege cooking for you. Thank you so much. I will see you next time. This has been Double Sal. Double Sal and his bees. Have a fantastic day.